Yeah, there's gonna be a, a few here that I'm not too sure about. Uh, I've thought about it and thought about it some more, and then I've changed my mind, and then I've come back to certain things, and then I've just stayed the course on certain decisions, and we're gonna see how this works out. This may be where things could potentially fall apart for me, but I think by the end of it, I'll stand behind my picks. So, without further ado, let's roll that mother effing intro.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really wanna.
Yeah. Yeah. Double or nothing. Uh I've heard that there's people that's not too excited about the show. I surprisingly am. I think it's a solid card for the most part. You know, I think when you get close to the middle and then up to the main event, you have some pretty solid matches. And I think on the lower end of the spectrum, I think we'll be surprised by the outcome or how a few of the matches do tend to go. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure from top to bottom, this will be a fairly enjoyable show. Um, I'm not sure about the order outside of like maybe the buy-in and the main event, but as far as what's sandwiched in between, I don't know what the order of the matches are going to go. So obviously with the buy-in, what's funny is that before I was actually going to choose Ethan Page and the Guns for this. Um, and that's only because they had um, Isaiah Cassidy in this match at first. And I was like, all right, well, this kind of is perfect because then that's somebody that can eat the pin and doesn't hurt the Hardys, and then you're good. But it's weird because of the fact that I just don't understand uh, the significance of the Firm and the Hardys. I get the situation with Hook, but even that was somewhat short lived, between Stokely Hathaway and Hook, and the whole thing with the Firm there, and as well as Jungle Boy. But with this, it's so dull, and it's sad because I think it has a lot to do with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is just not doing it for a lot of people, me included. I can't find myself to be interested in anything that he does outside of like the Broken Universe stuff, and even then, that stuff was still getting stale. But with 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 this, this is this is no different. This is no different. I don't find any excitement in here. I think the people involved in this are being hurt. Ethan Page, namely, Ethan Page is probably the one person that's being hurt the most by this because of the fact that he just can't catch a fucking break. Yeah, he can't. He had to deal with the stuff uh, with him and Scorpio Sky just not being slotted into anything of importance. It seemed like they were going a certain way, and then they put them with American Top Team, and then that shit kind of just floundered and didn't go anywhere. And then you put them with the Firm, which seemed like it was going somewhere, and then that shit just went who knows where. I was actually interested in the Firm when they first came about, especially with the whole MJF stuff, and then nothing. I think the only individuals that made something out of being with the Firm has been the Guns, and that's more so because of their feud with the Acclaim. And outside of that, nothing. Well, and FTR obviously, but outside of that, nothing. So I would honestly want to pick Ethan Page and the Guns to win, just so that Ethan Page can go on to do something of importance. That's somebody that you should have put the TNT title on. Just saying. But it is what it is. I'm going with the Hardys and Hook on this one. Whether they win or lose, I doubt it's gonna fucking matter. So, whatever. Another match that probably should have a bigger level of importance is the Trio Championships. Nothing against Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. It's just, I feel that when you talk about, now this match could be a sleeper. It could be one that comes out of nowhere and it's just a fucking banger of a fucking match. And I'm hoping for that. But on paper, it just doesn't seem like it's going to go that route. Could it? Yes. But I'm hoping for a fantastic match. Obviously, see House of Black losing these titles anytime soon. So they're just going to go on a fucking tear, as they should. Continue to build these titles up and make them as important as they possibly can. So, yeah, House of Black. Easy. Now, the Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW International Championship. Now, I know that I talked about this title in particular when I talked about AEW's, I had my video of AEW's issues with their championships, and I said something that I actually do have to take back, and that was me talking about Orange Cassidy and him having a nice title run, but it becoming stale if he does not get that feud for the title. And I was completely oblivious because I didn't see it until maybe 2 weeks ago. And the story is with him defending the title. It's with him having that wear and tear where he's just going, basically up until the point where he's just breaking himself down just to defend this title. I was completely oblivious to that. So that's my fault for not seeing that at the time, because all I kept seeing was just, him defending the title over and over again. But one thing that just completely missed my fucking membrane was the fact that if you look back on commentary, they're continuously talking about it and about how he's defending this title and how it's just doing so. It's serving so much wear and tear on him that, it could be detrimental to him, and him just continuously fighting to defend this championship. And it's serving as a way to build a level of prestige and importance for this title, which is good. And I think that once his title reign is done, this is going to be the catalyst that propels this this title even further, which Ethan Page should be one person that wins this title. But one thing that's not happening is Orange Cassidy losing this title at Double or Nothing. For one, he's not going to lose. No title should be lost. A title can be won in a battle royal. I don't think a title should be lost in a battle royal. It just doesn't make any sense, especially for the story that's going on with this title. Orange Cassidy needs to lose to somebody one-on-one. He needs to be pinned or submitted. Simple as that. They need to tell the story where he just can't go anymore. He's given everything that he can. And finally, the moment that he lost, it's because he didn't have anything left. And he left it all there. And I think that's perfect. At the same time, with this match, if you look at the participants, it's about 85-90% tag teams. There is no way that anybody involved in a tag team or any of these fucking factions are going to win this title. Could somebody win? Yeah, but the percentage of that is the same way that I talked about with Roman. and Solo winning the tag titles at Night of Champions. It is slim to fucking none. So, yeah, Orange Cassidy retains. It'll be a crazy match in terms of feud building. It's going to continue to build the story between Bullet Club Gold and Ricky Starks. I also think this is going to serve as another jump off point for Keith Lee and Swerve. Outside of that, I think there may be a few other feuds that get built from this, but moving from there, yeah, this is just going to serve as another way to slot time and fill the card out and to help build the story for Orange Cassidy onto his next opponent, which I think between his next two, it's either going to be his next one or the one after that. I think he's only got two more title matches as far as his reign goes before they just call it. So we'll see what happens there. But again, I'm not sure what order this is going to go in, but we're going to see. Jericho and Adam Cole. At first, this was a give me. It was one of those matches where I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, Adam Cole's back. He's going to win this. No problem. I can't give it to Cole. I got to give it to Jericho on this one. That's mainly due to the injection of Sabu into this whole thing. The fact that he slotted into this, I believe he's going to play a factor into this. And I believe it's going to be a situation where history favors Jericho, and it'll be more of a situation where it's either history between him and Sabu favors Jericho in this and helps Jericho win, or it's more of a Jericho paid Sabu off and helped him win this match. But I see Jericho winning this, and we move on. Not necessarily from this feud. I think that this is going to be the introduction of, if we're getting another fucking stable, I believe we're probably going to get some iteration of the Undisputed Era at some point down the line. You know, I don't think that they're fully done with, because I believe that Kyle O'Reilly is still signed to AEW. Now, Bobby Fish is gone. Could he come back? Yes. But even if we don't get Bobby Fish, I still think we do get Kyle O'Reilly at some point, and maybe another person integrated into this. But I don't think this is going to be the end of this feud. I think, especially when you think about the whole thing with Britt Baker and her being beaten down by the Outcast, I think that this is going to serve as an extension to this whole thing, and we're going to get more added to this. You know, do we need more factions in AEW? Not necessarily, but you know, you need people, you need stuff for people to do. So if we can, whatever gets people on screen and we can get more matches out of this, cool. But let's make this fun. Let's make this match fun, and let's make this feud fun moving forward. But yeah, my vote is for Chris Jericho to win this. Speaking of the Outcast, Toni Storm taking on Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's Championship. This is another one that should be a gimme, but I think this is probably going to be the surprising match, because just how I talked about Night of Champions for WWE with Bianca Belair and Asuka, I said there had to be one match where you have a title change, and AEW is no strangers to that as well. And I think this is going to be one of those things. Now it could happen in a different match as well, but I think it's going to happen in this one, because I think they're going to want to make right with Toni Storm's interim run, and I think they're going to give her something for maybe like a couple of months, and I think they can run this match back at some point. But at the same time, I also think Jamie Hayter is hurt, like legitimately. So if they take the title off of her now to let her recoup and heal up, and then you let the Outcasts kind of just run roughshod on the women's division, I think this will be good, and it won't let everything be stale because it's been stale. It's been bordering that line of stale and freshness. So um, it's crazy because I really thought they were going to go with a 6-woman tag with Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, and Sheeta against the Outcast, which I was going to I was going to go for the Outcast to win, said match. And I don't think this is going to be any different. I think that, you know, Tony Storm representing the Outcast does take the win in this, and you get to see a surprising title change. So yeah, I'm going for the surprise win for Tony Storm over Jamie Hayter, and we'll see where we go from there. Another women's match, TBS Championship. Jade Cargill defending against Taya Valkyrie. This one, people would think, oh, this is going to be the title change on this one. I would be fucking surprised if it was. Does Jade need to lose this title? Abso-fucking-lutely. But Taya is not the one to do it. I'm sorry for those who are Taya Valkyrie fans and Taya Valkyrie stans. This is not the one to do it. I'm sorry. Here's Jade loses this title to, she's only going to face one time. She's going to face it one time, she's going to lose, and that's going to be it. There's not going to be this back and forth feud with somebody else. They've already had this match. It was what it was. This is just to further shit on and make everybody think that this is the one to do it. It's not. My vote honestly would be for a Willow Nightingale or a debuting Mercedes Moné. So that's still my vote, as far as somebody to take that title off, or a Trinity Fatu, maybe, but that's a stretch. But yeah, Mercedes Moné or Willow Nightingale to actually be the one to dethrone Jade. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, my vote is for Jade on this one to retain, and we'll see what happens. Next up, AEW World Tag Team Championships. On the line, FTR defending against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. I mean, come on. Now, one thing, this match will be a fun one. I think this is going to have a bunch of shenanigans and a bunch of entertainment value to it. But at the end of the day, FTR is going to retain, and that's going to be the long and short of it. Will it be a good match? I believe so. I think Jay Lethal is fantastic in his own right, and I think that Jeff Jarrett is still holding his own at the age that he is. And then with the shenanigans of Mark Briscoe being involved in this, and then, Sanjay Dutt and Karen Jarrett, you're going to have some fun moments within this match. But for the most part, FTR is going to take this, and the story is going to be the main star of this. So, yeah. Ladder match for the TNT Championship. I have been no stranger to talking about how I just don't give a shit about Wardlow being champion as far as the TNT title goes. And as far as the TNT title goes, outside of Wardlow, just in general, it has just been a dumpster juice title, And there's a way to fix this by letting Christian Cage take this title. I want to pick Christian Cage for this, but I honestly think that they are just gonna go full on with Wardlow. Tony Khan has not been one to call audibles, unless like he really, really needs to. And I don't think this is going to be any different. I don't think this, could he change his mind? Yeah, but I don't see this happening. Could I change my mind between now and tomorrow night? Yeah, I could. But at the moment, I don't see that happening. I see Wardlow standing tall. I think the story that they're trying to tell is Christian being the person who has experienced one in the ladder matches, and the whole deck being stacked against low with Luchasaurus in Christian Cage's corner, the fact that it's a ladder match, everything is catered for Christian to win this. I just don't see it happening for Christian. Would I think that he would make a fantastic TNT champion? Absolutely. But unfortunately, we're not going to get what we want in this regard. I think they're still going to go behind on Wardlow and push him to the fucking moon with this TNT championship. And we're just going to get what they give us. So yeah, my very much hesitant and reluctant vote is for Wardlow to win this. So yeah. Next up, one of the anticipated matches of the night, Anarchy in the Arena. The Elite, the newly reformed Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. It should be no surprise who I am going for. I mean, obviously. I think given last year's Anarchy in the Arena and how the BCC ended up falling short against JAS, I think we get them taking the win. And I also think that we get this feud going into Blood and Guts. We may not get Blood and Guts, but I know we're going to continue this feud. My vote is for Don Callis to come in. We're going to get Takeshita to intervene within this match, and I believe I don't know if he's going to join the BCC, but I believe he's going to align himself with the BCC, and of course that's going to give the odds in their favor. And I think this gives the opening for Kota Ibushi to come in. And because I remember talking to the guys about this in our chat, I think the moment that Hangman got written off, with the injury, and I thought about that during that point, and it still stands now. I just didn't know about the whole Don Callis thing coming into play, and then him kind of turning sides. But yeah, I think that we're gonna get it in that regard. Now, the Kota Ibushi thing is a stretch, but I still kind of stand by it, mainly because it just makes the most sense. I don't know if there's anybody else that you can slot in that, especially if you take Takeshita and you put him on the side of the BCC. Now, it's hard to say. I mean, I still stand by BCC winning this match. There is no doubt in my mind that they're going to win this. But moving forward, the way that they're going to propel this feud and extend it, I don't know what they're going to do. The logical thing, as far as the most likely thing to happen, is Blood and Guts. But I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think they may actually, throw a curveball and then have this for something different. But we're going to get a lot of fantastic matches in the in-between after this. So we got some longevity in this feud as a whole, because it's not just about factions. There's individuals in between this, and you can mix and match whatever matches you have here, and it's perfect. So I'm ready for the fun times with this one. And of course, we have the main event. It sucks that we're getting this match in such a predictable fashion, because I mean, we all know that MJF is coming out of this victorious. It just sucks that, again, it's so very much predictable, because this is one of those matches where you can look at it and you can say, okay, well, anybody could technically win this, but MJF's stock is so high right now, and his title reign is still so fresh, that it sucks and it hurts them in this regard, because you have a match that's catered for unpredictability in every sense of the word. But the only problem is MJF's title reign is so fresh right now. I think this match should happen later, but I think that they have something in mind. I feel like they have a huge story in mind, and I'm here for it. I just hate that this match is happening as soon as it is. But it is what it is. Easy pick, MJF. Nobody else has that. This is 200%. You couldn't change my mind at all. I would put money. I would put every money that I'd ever have in my lifetime against just in favor of MJF in this one, because there's no way convince me that somebody else is going to win this match that is not named Maxwell Jacob Friedman. It is what it is. So that's my predictions for AEW Double or Nothing. Again, like I said, I am perfect for one show already. We still have 2 more to go for this weekend. Hopefully I can come back at the end of tomorrow night with some nice hardware that's very familiar to me strapped to this chest, and I can say that I am again the predictions champion of this tag unit. So, shout out to the guys, of course, Jugs, Scoot, Jaeger. By the way, go check out Jugs' channel. I mean, of course, his stuff will be down in the description below. But yeah, go check out his channel. He's done his own predictions, and he's done his own. Pretty sure he did a review for Night of Champions as well. But yeah, check it and tell him that I sent you there, and tell him that he's gonna lose. He's not even gonna run and win. It's okay. It's okay. But anyway, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave all your comments, concerns, questions down below. If you want to predict against me, leave that down below as well. If you think that I'm wrong, let me know. One thing I'm not wrong about, though, was Night of Champions. I was flawless. I'm going to keep saying it until this weekend is over, because I need to make sure that I win back what was mine. But until you see this handsome face and this immaculate voice, I bid you all adieu, a farewell, all that good stuff. And until next time, you beautiful, beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again.